If you ever find yourself shopping at Tractor Supply for chickens and have no clue what to buy there, today I'm going to be showing you a simple guide that shows you exactly what you should be buying. So let's not waste any time and let's jump right into this. Now, if you barely know anything about chickens, there's two key terms that you should be really taking into consideration before you go shopping here. If you already know these key terms, skip to this timestamp that I'm pointing at right here in the center of the screen. But anyways, there's two key terms that you must understand before you do this. And one of them is the term sexed chicken. That term comes up a lot in my videos, but what I refer to when I say that is just basically the chicken. You know which gender the chicken is. It's a hen or a rooster. You know what it is. There's a whole process, and it's really complicated. Like, you look at the feathers, you have to look really closely, and there's certain feather signatures, and, you know, even just day-old chickens, yes, they do have some small feathers around their wings that you can use to help determine. However, it is a little bit faulty, and Tractor Supply has about an 80% success rate, so there's still a 20% chance that they might have missed a chick or two in that situation. And the final term is straight-run chickens. These chickens you should avoid at all cost if you're not trying to get meat chickens. I'll explain that later, but basically these guys have not had that process at all. You have no clue what it is. So there's like a 50-50 chance that more than half of them are roosters. So if you choose to do this, you're going to have a lot of chicken dinners, I guess. I guess your calendar is going to be packed. Or you're just going to have a useless rooster that you have to sell. Now let's talk about some chickens that you should be buying as soon as you see them. If you want to get these chickens, there's a whole bunch of scenarios, and let me explain all of them to you right now in a simple term. So if you just want, you know, like a friendly backyard flock, pick up a couple breeds, like, you know, the Barred Rock, the Buff Orpingtons, the Golden Buffs, the Easter Eggers, all those basic ones. If you want to make in a ton of money by selling a variety of eggs, get some Easter Eggers, Wyandottes, and also a Black Copper Marin or two, because they're going to be really good in your flock. They're going to create a variety of different eggs. If you want like a more sophisticated flock, you can add some Leghorns and some Rhode Island Reds and some sex-linked chickens into there. And if you really just want a production flock with a basic brown or white eggs, then obviously you can go for some Leghorns, Rhode Island Reds, the classical two, or you could also go for, you know, like a less-known chicken breed, like the sex-linked guys. Those lay a lot of eggs. So it really depends on what your circumstances are and what you really want out of your chickens. A lot of you guys, first-time buyers, really want more like the friendlier breeds. I'd lean a lot more towards, you know, the friendlier, you know, Easter Eggers, Golden Buffs, Buff Orpingtons. Those are the guys I really recommend for first-time chicken owners, because I've been raising chickens for 5 years, and our first 3 chicken breeds were Easter Eggers, Buff Orpingtons, and Barred Rocks, and I could not recommend those guys enough. And if you want to see some more recommendations, click this video right here in the corner of the screen. Now it's time to talk about some chickens that you should be avoiding when you're at the store. And if you remember the second clip of this video where I talked about two key terms, there was two key terms I wanted you to remember. The second one was straight run. But why did I want you to remember this one? I said it would be important later in the video. Well, it is. And here is why. Straight run chickens, if you didn't watch that part of the video, was just basically where the breeder takes a bunch of chickens, just throws them in a box and says, no one's going to care about these chickens anyways. These chickens are not told apart at all. You have no clue how many of them are hens and roosters. 9 times out of 10, there's going to be more roosters in there than there's going to be hens in there. So good luck maintaining all that, because keeping an ideal 10-on-1 hen-rooster ratio is impossible with this. The chances of that happening is about 1 in like 10 million. So good luck with that. But if you guys want to buy these chickens, they're more for meat production. And most of the time when you're buying these, you know, mainstream Rhode Island Reds and Buff Orpingtons, those basic chicken breeds, you're not buying them for meat purposes. You're buying them for egg purposes. So unless you really want to have some crazy expensive chicken meat, do not buy these types of chickens. Do not buy the straight runs. However, if you're buying like a meat chicken breed, like, you know, like a Freedom Ranger, I don't know if Tractor Supply has them. I'll put a screenshot on the screen right now if they do or don't. But if you're buying them, and let's just say they do carry them, then that's a straight run chicken, because obviously who's going to take all that time to tell apart a chicken that's going to last for 10 weeks on average? Because an average typical chicken, you're telling them apart for, you know, like a 6 to 10 year lifespan, not for like a 6 to 10 week lifespan. So avoid these ones if you can, obviously. But, you know, if you really want to go take the extra mile and make some money off of selling roosters, which you're going to make like $15 if you're lucky, then go right ahead. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't do this. I'm just giving you suggestions. And finally, would I recommend buying chickens at Tractor Supply to a first-time buyer? It really depends on your take on this. For me personally, I'd recommend it for second or third time buyers. For your first time buyer, you might want to check out, you know, like a local hatchery. And then if you want to add on to that flock, you know, you got a little bit more experience, you should go to the store, because there's a bigger threat in having a rooster there. If you guys want to check out a comparison between big hatcheries, small local hatcheries, and Tractor Supply, click this video right here in the center of the screen. It's going to take you directly to a video explaining all of that in simple terms. I'll be seeing you guys there. Be sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to reach 100,000 before 2026. Let's do this, guys.